Good morning. It's Saturday video time, and you're probably wondering, wait a minute, don't you usually do your videos in your house? And normally, yes, I do. Except, guess what? My coffee shop that we come down to on Sundays has now started opening on Saturday, which means, here I am, getting coffee and going to write after I do this video. I didn't write last night because I was just exhausted. I swear. I was in a bad frame of mind too last night. There was a lot of crying and things of that nature going on, so but I looked really great yesterday when I was at work. I wore a new maxi dress that came in my Dia box along with this top. Yes. I also got 2 pair of pants, but I didn't wear them today. Although I should have I got a Kelly green pair of this really skinny jeans. I mean, like, I gotta peel them off. I'm done with them. But I look really good in them, So when I post this on the page, I'll put up a picture of my maxi dress yesterday. I actually had a friend tell me they hadn't realized I was, quote, free boobin, unquote, because I wasn't wearing a bra. With the dress, when you see the top on the dress, you'll realize that, no, couldn't wear a bra with that dress. But yeah, I was exhausted last night. Exhausted, not in a great frame of mind. Boy, I can't even remember. Yeah, no, I didn't go out to dinner. I went out to dinner the night before. And last night I just had soup. I was really in a poor frame of mind. Probably because I'm looking forward to a massive amount of protesting today. If you hadn't heard, El Presidente is coming to Harrisburg because he's too much of a chicken shit to go to the Washington Correspondents' Dinner and have people make fun of him, which he can't have because he's got the emotional stability of a 3-year-old toddler. So, there are actually some rather massive protests in store for Harrisburg, over in the area where he's going to be speaking, which happens to be like the convention center here in Harrisburg. So it's actually about 2.5 miles from where I'm sitting right now. So this part of town should be relatively unaffected, but anything over on the other side of the railroad tracks, and seriously, Harrisburg is bisected by a set of railroad tracks. So, you basically can come from the wrong side of the tracks. And most of the downtown area is on the west side of the tracks. And then the rest of the city, I don't know why I say town, the rest of the city is actually on the east side of the tracks. I probably say town because Harrisburg is one of the smallest state capitals in the country. There's only about 50,000 people here. So we're like in the top 5 for smallest state capitals. I know the smallest state capital is Concord, New Hampshire, which I believe has less than 5,000 people in it. And I also believe it's the oldest continuously used Capitol State House. It's been around for a long time. And as you know, as you've seen from some pictures, our Capitol is just like a block and a half, 2 blocks up the street here. So I walk by it every day. Yeah. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is it's supposed to rain most of the day today, and I put up with that shit last week. I was out in the rain all day in Washington, D.C., and now it's going to be the rain all day here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Girl needs a break. Seriously. So, I got my cute clothes yesterday. I got my new handbag. I I actually felt pretty good until I got home, and then I just became a crazy-ass blubbering mess. Blame it on hormones. I was actually also thinking about my kids yesterday. When am I not thinking about my kids? But I have all these images that are in mind of when they get older, some of the things that are going to happen, particularly in the last year of school. That's going to be an unusual time for them, trust me. Last year of school is going to be rather strange. But one of the things that's going to happen in the last year of school, spoiler, is they will have a rather intense vision. And it's going to be a rather intense vision of when they're married. Yeah. They'll get to see a little bit of what it's like when they're married. And I've already said that Annie and Carrie are not going to have a storybook marriage. I mean, they know they're always going to be together and whatnot, but given the line of work they're wanting to go into, you know they're going to go through a lot of shit. These kids they're not going to have the perfect life. And I almost hate to say that. You know, after seeing all the crap they're going through right now, you kind of want them to settle down and, you know, just have a house with a picket fence, or in their case, a wall around their chateau, and, you know, a couple of little witches running around the house on their brooms, and they can go off, do their job, come home at night, have dinner, maybe talk about the stuff they've been doing. So, honey, what'd you do tonight? Not much, Kitty. I had to go out and kill 3 deconstructists that were trying to blow up a bridge. What about you? Oh, I imitated the vice premier of Zimbabwe because there was a deconstructor plot to overthrow Central Africa. You know, it's just normal stuff. And the kids would be sitting there going, so what'd you do, Mom? What'd you do, Dad? Or Mama and Papa, actually. Yes, you know, they'll do the Mama and Papa bit. And I know that for a fact because that's what my daughter does. My daughter picked that up from my wife. So my daughter has always called us Mama and Papa. And I just kind of roll with that, whereas I always said Mom and Dad. And you'll notice Carrie does that. Carrie will say Mom and Dad. Annie says Mama and Papa. So, different cultures, different ways of addressing things. But, I think I've got most of the Sea Level novel worked out. I haven't actually laid everything out of it. It's not been a good time, and as it has been pointed out, I have way too many things going on right now. As I'm sure if you were reading the blog the other day, you noticed the fact that all of a sudden I am now one half of the fundraising committee for the Harrisburg chapter of the National Organization of Women, of whom I'm not a member yet. Can you believe that? Yes. And I did a video for the YWCA. I have been invited to like 4 different rallies today. You know, people I know who are going to be there have been inviting me to different rallies. And it's just, wow. Yeah, I do feel a tiny bit of exhaustion setting in from all the stuff that's going on. And like a friend told me at work before I left yesterday, she says, stay out of trouble. And, you know, if you don't feel like being in a certain spot, get out before it gets bad. And that's one of the things I always do. I even told her, I said, I know all my routes out of there, out of the area we're going to be in case things get bad. I know all my routes out. And in fact, my office is only about 3/4 of a mile from where we're going to be staging. And I can get into my office anytime before 5 p.m. So if it really came down to having to hide out for a while, I would just go into the building where my office is at and go up and hide in my office for a while. And just, you know, just hang there until things cool down, then make my way home. Because I know it takes me like 25 minutes to walk home. It's, what can you say? It's a big deal. And I am feeling tired. Not only that, but I have my daughter's graduation coming up in about 5 weeks, believe it or not. Yeah, my daughter's graduating on the 9th of June. She's graduating from high school because she's going to go to college this year. She is going to go into study. Let me look this up. She is going to go into the study of epidemiology, which is the study of determinants, occurrence, and distribution of health and disease in a defined population. Yes, she's going to be an epidemiologist. That's what she wants to do. She loves doing that sort of stuff. So maybe one day she'll be working for the CDC or someone like that. I would love that. My daughter would be working for the CDC, which means she'd be at ground zero for the zombie outbreak. She will probably cause the zombie outbreak. But yeah, I even kind of joked about that with her, that yeah, you'll be at ground zero for the zombie outbreak. It'll be up to you to save mankind. So epidemiology, that's what she wants to be. At a time when science is kind of like pissed on and looked down upon, I'm really happy my daughter decided to choose a STEM field to go into. And it is kind of weird because 3-4 years ago she had absolutely no interest in this sort of stuff. She was gearing up to actually become an artist. She was looking at going to different schools where they gave away degrees in graphic art design and animated art design. And that's what she wanted to do. But see, she also competed in the Science Olympiad, and one of the events in the Science Olympiad that she did every time, and she excelled at, was something called disease detectives, and you had to determine what disease was present and how it was being spread. What was the communicative factors? What were the vectors? Who was patient zero? That sort of thing. And she always excelled in it. So that's one of the things that's driven her to go into the field of epidemiology, so she can learn how to do this. I remember asking her a while back if she was interested in drawing anymore, and she just said, no, not right now. You know, her interests are all geared on science. So, there you go. I'm really happy for her. And I hope she sticks it through. I hope she gets her degree. I hope I can call her like Lady Bacteriologist. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I really wanted her to do. I wanted her to do stuff that she loves. And apparently she loves that stuff, so there you go. Sort of like Annie and Carrie, they love what they do. They love the fact that their lives are always gonna be in danger. Yeah, we know, these kids, jeez. You know, Annie's been lucky. Annie has not ended up in the hospital that much. She's been in the hospital, well, let's see. One time after the Kansas City assault, she was in the hospital. And she was warned not to do magic. She had a broken arm and a concussion. She hasn't actually been back in the hospital. She's about due for a trip to the hospital. Carrie's been in the hospital a lot, mostly because of racing. Racing and killing a guy with a broom. You know, poor Carrie. So he's kind of used to being in the hospital. He's actually gotten quite used to it. Are they going to show up? Are they going to end up in the hospital again this year? What do you think? There's a distinct possibility they'll both end up in the hospital this year. There's a distinct possibility Carrie will end up in the hospital after the Polar Express, because just about everybody ends up going to the hospital after the Polar Express, if for no other reason to be treated for, you know, mild hypothermia and possibly a little bit of frostbite, because it will happen. You're bucking all those low wind chills all the time. It's entirely possible. But Annie needs some more hospital time. She really does. She really needs to spend more time in the hospital with like a broken arm or something like that. Broken leg. She hasn't had a leg broken yet. She needs to have her leg broken. Yeah. I'm just so mean to my kids. I was sitting here talking about, yeah, Annie needs her leg broken just so she can see what it feels like. These kids, I would imagine by the time they hit 30, there aren't going to be many places on their bodies that have not seen breakage of some kind. I mean, Carrie's already inching up into that. He's broken his legs, he's broken so far we know, he's broken every limb, at least once. Coraline told him that. He's broken every limb at least once. He broke his leg, he broke his arms, he broke his shoulders. He's broken almost every rib he has. So, Annie's got some catching up to do. Annie has the higher kill count, Carrie has the higher broken bone count. And, you know, it is kind of funny when you think about it that Carrie had stated before coming to school he'd never been in the hospital, he had never suffered a broken bone. Hey, your sign's blowing away out here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Must not be locked down.
But had to stop a sign from rolling into the street out here, so sorry about that. But yeah, now that he's at school, between racing accidents and some guardian stuff, Carrie's been spending quite a lot of time in the hospital. Gotta love it. Get my hair. So, We're in the astral plane. That's what I'm going to write today, and I should get to the meeting. As you've kind of guessed, if you've been reading, I've been hinting that they're going to encounter someone inside the astral realm. Let's see, who do we know might possibly be in the astral realm around Salem? I don't know. I can only think of one creature that might be in the astral realm around Salem, and we've already met her twice. As I said, also I've said it various times, the Phoenix will put in an appearance in every novel. You'll get to see her at least once. So yeah, she's got an appearance coming up. She's a nasty little creature. But you're going to learn something interesting about her in this scene. Not this scene that I'm working on, but the scene that comes after. You're going to learn something interesting about her. It's going to kind of get let slip, but yeah, a little bit of her history. Well, not really, but you're going to learn something about her. Other than the fact that she is a capricious bitch who seems to love to torture kids. Which reminds me, I need to do a little bit of research and get everything else packed in together so that when I get to that point, I'll be able to rattle it off without any problems. But yeah, Phoenix is coming. Hi, Fee. And we know Fee hangs out in the astral realm because Deanna ran into her once already. And you're also going to get to see Deanna do something that she's really never done before. And that's going to come up in this scene, and I'm hoping to actually do that, write that today after I publish this video, so. Which I'm probably going to publish here real soon. I'm up to 22 and a half minutes. 25 minutes seems to be about a good time to stop and smell the roses and go. Hey. So, that's what I got involved. I got my jeans, I got my new top on. I'm wearing bracelets again today. I'm wearing my sandals today because it's raining outside. I didn't want to wear my new flats down here. It's raining. Yeah. And I didn't wear a jacket. Oh my god, I'm gonna get soaked going home. I'm hoping it'll stop by the time I get out of here and go home. But it's going to be a busy day. And then next week, I've already been notified by Netflix that Sense8 is coming out next Friday. Yeah, they sent me a big notice. Next Friday. And I'm actually considering coming home, grabbing something quick that I can bring home next Friday night, and then just sitting down and binging all 10 hours. That's something I've never done. I've never binged an entire series in one sitting. The closest I ever came was actually doing a little over 5 continuous hours of Sense8. I mean, I just got to a point where I said I can't stop, and I just kept going. It was 5 hours straight. I watched it, so here we go. I'm gonna try binging the whole series, which is 10 hours. I've already seen the first 2 hours. That was a Christmas special, so binging 10 hours, episodes, essentially 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Essentially, yeah, episodes 2 through 11. Episode 1 was really 2 hours long, so there's your 12 hours of story right there. I think it's 2 through 10. It's 10 hours, it's 12 hours altogether, so yeah. I'll get there. So, anyway, we'll talk about that later. I'll see you guys around. I hope you have a good day, and I hope I have some good protesting today. Take care. Bye.